exactly will be the utility of those punctuations? God forbid. Life is lived like a sentence and it gets punctuated by a comma. When it is punctuated by a comma, it is a punctured life. Life is a sentence, lived, punctuated by a full stop. Oscar Wilde says, fools, they stop at the full stop. Therefore, no use. God forbid, life should not be lived in a way where the punctuation is a question mark. It will be a questionability. And God forbid, life should not be lived in a way where it ends up in an exclamation mark, because there cannot be a more slur on life than it being punctuated by an exclamation mark. Therefore, what will be the modality of life? I want Abhyudayans in their Avirbhavam to be leading and living a life which will not be punctuated by a comma, which will not be punctuated by a full stop, which will not be punctuated by a question mark, which cannot be punctuated by an exclamation mark, but your Avirbhavam will be such that posterity will be required to be putting you and punctuating you not by a comma, not by a full stop, not by a semicolon, not by a question mark, not by an exclamation mark, but I am declaring you to be entitled to being put across by a punctuation of inverted comma rather than the comma. Contemplate a situation where that innovation which is of self-discovery, that accountability baked in the societal responsive domain, that absoluteness which is unique in character, and that manifestation which is absolutely wanting to be generated out of self-confidence, meant for the purposes of catering to the cause of multitude. In such a situation, when the professional life in the garb of a gentle human being is lived, it has to be punctuated in inverted comma, and inverted comma only. Therefore, take a vow that you shall be entitled to be placed into inverted comma. And that is the entitlement I am wanting you to be espousing on. I shall be failing in my duty, Chairman, sir, if I do not recall an incident which I have had in the year 1968 when I was a class 8 student. We had Dada Dharmadhikari as our chief guest. And he made a very interesting story, which I think I should be putting across in the laps of the all graduates, because that has shaped my life. And that story is very interesting. He says that ultimately, when you are talking of success, when you are talking of achievement, when you are talking of something worthwhile in life, ultimately it is the attitude which will make a difference. What is that attitude? And what will be that attitude? Talking of a positive attitude perhaps is theoretical in character. He went and analyzed and said, there will be posers in life. There will be challenges in life. There will be question marks in life. Life cannot be expected to be a bed of roses. And even if it turns out to be a bed of roses, you cannot come across a rose which does not have thorns along with it. How are you going to deal with them? It will be mandated. It cannot be a red carpet welcome for anything and everything in life. It will be putting posers. It will be putting difficulties. You are the worst sufferers of the difficulties which the entire corona pandemic put across to you. Did you not emerge successful tiding over it? What was that strength? It was your attitude which made a difference. And therefore, Dada Dharmadhikari categorically said, ultimately, whenever you will be put across with difficulties and challenges, normal position is, can I? Will I be in a position to tide over it? Will I be in a position to sustain over it? Will I be in a position to mitigate it? Therefore, your and my attitude in terms of over-defense is speculative in character, and the proposition is, can I? Dada Dharmadhikari said, if the attitude is can I, the punctuation will be question mark, and it will never be sorted out. What is to be done then? The answer is simple, ladies and gentlemen. He says, don't go for anything. Instead of putting the attitude in the form of can I, just reverse the orders. It is not can I. The attitude will be I can. And the moment can I gets converted into I can, the question mark withers out automatically. This is the way question marks of life have to be answered. The answer does not lie in a thoughtful solution. The answer is germane to the attitude that you harbor. If the attitude is can I, the outcome is speculative. But if the attitude is I can, the outcome is emphatic. It is in that context, dear children, that what I am wanting to put across is, yes, you are heralding onto these assets of life which you have to inbuilt within yourself. Because without incorporating this, your avirbhav will not be in a position to make a definite headway that you are contemplating for yourself. Hence, you have to emerge successful in terms of your profession, in terms of your service, in terms of your identity, in terms of your recognition, in terms of your prestige, in terms of absolutely worldwide propositions which matter. But more than that, the competency-based medical education, when I was put the onus as the chairman of the Academic Council of the Medical Council of India to write for this country, there were two important things which I am wanting to incorporate, ladies and gentlemen. Today, you are not only certified as confident and competent doctors. There is something more that you are ought to be certified. The character of a doctor, character of a professional is not in isolation on the basis of his confidence and competence, which is professional in character. There are two important aspects which are required to be added with an equal emphasis and importance, and that is, along with the C for confidence, along with the C for competence, the other two important C's are C for concern and C for compassion. When confidence and competence of your professional skills, of your professional capacities, of your professional understanding, they get admixed with a sense of concern and compassion, then what you deliver is not out of charity or sympathy, but what you deliver is out of empathy. And that is exactly what is exact meaning of humanization of medicine and socialization of medical profession. These are not hollow words, dear children. These are the essences which are required to be translated in terms of every action of yours vis-a-vis your professional life, whereby you not only end up in becoming a successful, knowledgeable, name and fame professional, but society also bows before you as, yes, what a humble and gentle human being he or she is. It is that humility, it is that humbleness, it is that humanity which also is of equal importance, and therefore in a country and society like ours, what is that empathy and what is that situation is mandated to? The important part is your accessibility for the services. Your not only accessibility, your availability for the services, and more than your affordability for the entire cost. The trinity in the Indian context, in a socio-economic context in which you are plagued by, it is your easy availability, it is your handy accessibility, and it is your affordability which is going to decide as to what exactly is the nature and level of your social responsibility in the context of social accountability. Dear children, I know it for certain that today is your day of joy, today is your day of glory. I join this day in complimenting you for your glorified success. I wish many more successes for you to be getting accomplished in future. But then accept these successes with humility, and accept these successes with always keeping in mind those who have been responsible for this, including this glorious institution of yours which has shaped you into what you are. See the dais, a unique dais. I have addressed n number of convocations, Dr. Sangram, in my life, but a dais like this, where the person presiding is a product of this institution, where 9 members of the management are the products of this institution. This is the attachment of an alumnus with its alma mater. And therefore, dear children, what I am wanting to remind as a part of my concluding convocation address is, again back to Taitra Upanishad. Upon Dikshant, the learner is designated as Dvij. And do not misunderstand me. Dvij does not mean a caste connotation. Dvij basically means with Dikshant, the learner has 2 mothers. He becomes the son or daughter of two mothers. And you will ask me what it is. The first mother is the biological mother who has given you and me the birth, and therefore the Matra Devo Bhav. But you and me will never be able to take the first breath and incorporate life without you and me being separated and the umbilical cord being chopped. Then only life of the child becomes possible. Therefore, separation, biological separation from the mother by chopping off the umbilical cord is a physiological reality of life. But when you contemplate and come out of Dikshanta Samaram, you are blessed with a second mother. And that second mother is your alma mater. You become Dvij. And the difference between the biological mother and the alma mater as the mother is, as an alumnus, as a living being, umbilical cord is chopped for your own interest to infuse you with life. But with the second mother, alma mater should never be chopped. That is the relationship between the Dvij, the second mother, and that is your alma mater. Remember that this was the place, this was the institution, this is the alma mater which has given you the credit with this convocation of being designated as alumnus. Alumnus means a shining personality is called as alumnus, that which shines, and shining is always possible only with Abhyudaya. When a new Udaya takes place, take it for granted, it is that shine, it is that glitter, it is that Udaya which is a manifestation brought about by this particular alma mater of yours. Ensure that your umbilical cord with this alma mater, this mother of yours, is kept intact, and you turn out to be as the bona fide ambassadors of this institution all your life. And therefore, once again, taking the privilege of blessing all of you on this occasion, wishing a very best to all of you for all prosperities in life, in the context of national and global context, with all the propensities of name, fame, credit and credence falling like a pack of cards before your efforts, and ensuring that each one of you as a precious human dividend in terms of what Dr. Abdul Kalam contemplated would end up in serving the cause of the mother India for the purposes of invocation of its supremacy in the 21st century. As it is said, the 21st century has to belong to India. And that 21st century will belong to India only when you take up that mantle of responsibility for incorporating that supremacy for Mother India by virtue of your stint, hard work in the domain of social responsiveness and social accountability. Hoping for sure that Abhyudayans 2016 will rise to the occasion in their lives and fulfill, along with their ambitions, the ambition of men, mankind, humanity, and mother nation as a whole in the context of Rashtra Devo Bhav, making it a reality to live and thrive. Thanking all of you, complimenting the learned parents for the success that their children and their effort has borne, complimenting the teachers for their strenuous effort that have put in against all odds in shaping all of them, and complimenting and saluting the management for providing such an extraordinary committed ambience. I say that this is one of the unique manifestations which all this blend has been able to create, and therefore instead of complimenting, I bow my head in reverence before this, blessing each one of you for all your prosperity and thanking all of you for giving a patient ear to this humble convocation or address of mine. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
So how was it? What I would like to say about Sir's talk in just one line is, Vedic words plus spiritual words plus educational words is all equal to Dr. Vedprakash Mishra words today. For all the little and big ways you have pitched in, you went above and beyond. We are grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Now even my life has become from can I to I can. And thank you for giving all the prepositions you have given today, sir. Thank you once again. Father of Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, sir, has quoted, Be educated, be organized, be agitated. Life is the series of beginning, not the endings. Graduation is not the termination, but is the commencement. Every graduate begins this noble profession by swearing into the ancient yet ever contemporary Hippocratic oath. Now we shall proceed to the Hippocratic oath.
I now request all the students to stand for the oath. All of you, please stand for the oath. Please hold the oath document in your left hand. All of you, please open and hold your oath document in your left hand. And outstretch your right hand perpendicular to the body. And outstretch your right hand perpendicular to your body. All ready? And repeat the oath with Dean Sir in one voice. I now request our beloved Dean, Dr. S.M. Patil Sir, to read the oath for the graduates.
Okay. I solemnly pledge myself to devote my life to service of humanity. Even under threat, I will not use my medical knowledge contrary to the law of humanity. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life from the time of conception. I will not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, party politics, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets which are confided in me. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will maintain by all means in my power the honor and noble traditions of medical profession. I will treat my colleagues